Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, welcome to GTA 5, the single player aspect of this game. Now, from what I mentioned in my GTA Online documentary, I said that it would not be quite as long, but to be fair, there is some bits of this game I do like. I just feel like compared to, well, say GT4's single player, which I felt a bit more, what's the word, expanded, you could say. Also, I don't know why this isn't working, but no, fuck. Yeah. I think compared to GT Online, this doesn't feel quite as developed, though I have to admit, some aspects of this single player were actually better. I don't know, as much as it's hard to say, it is, like, see the heists, and that was more developed, and yeah, it would actually be quite fun. And that much I will admit. You know? But anyway, so what do I like about GTA 5, or at least the single player? Well, obviously the heists are pretty well interesting, especially with the discreet or obvious paths you can take. If you're curious about my choices, I've always went with the discreet one, going stealthy, and I've always found it to be a bit more interesting. And try to do what's not the typical cliche kind of option, and that's so. Yeah, I'd say that was quite good actually, and especially when I'm giving you some sort of choice, choices that actually affect how you go about with the missions. And what I am kind of bored about though is mostly actually to do. I'll just close it. Yeah, what I'm actually most bothered about is the fact that the game's not nearly as long as I was hoping it to be, and that's my honest opinion. I don't think it's nearly as long as it could have been. And but is this necessarily a bad thing? Might as well. Yeah. I think, to be honest, in that this game could have done with at least a good 10 to 15 more missions. And I mean, it's. Oh, fuck. No. Anyway, as far as side missions are concerned, I wasn't really too bothered about it, It's not something I would say was perfect and that. I mean, as far as I was thinking there, it was something that I found enjoyable, but like I said, side missions aren't really that important in G5. They weren't that long, and being honest, I've completed all of them in about, I'd say, a little under 80 minutes, compared to GTA 4, which I think was somewhere around 100 to 110 minutes. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I felt like GTA 4 just had more to offer. And especially the main campaign, which I do believe lasted a hell of a lot longer than this. In fact, I'll actually argue, I'd say GTA 4's campaign lasted nearly twice as long as GTA 5 did. And I'm not saying that G5's crap because it's got short length. No, if anything, I'd say this is a bit more polished. But it's the fact that there's not nearly as much content. And people were comparing it to GTA San Andreas, like, there's plenty of things to do after the game. And whereas in fact, there's not really that much. I mean, you can play golf, tennis, darts, or arm wrestling, but aside from that and a few other things, what else is there to do? And I sound to going on a 5-star water level rampage, it's like, I mean, it's not nearly as fun as G San Andreas, because at least with G San Andreas there was the FBI, the SWAT, and the military to make it interesting, but this is just, I don't know, it doesn't seem nearly as, well, polished. And so I didn't find it quite nearly as fun. At least that's my personal opinion. And maybe other people feel differently, but for me, I just wasn't keen on it. And so, yeah, I'd say overall, my opinion of GTA 5, it's not a bad game, but I just feel it's too short for the slight perks it has over G4. But if anything, I would say the multiplayer is better, but it's following the same campaign here. And so, yeah, I suppose. I forget what was commentary. Yeah, I'd say to talk about if there's one thing that annoys me personally, it's just down the fact that see with the helicopters, I'll show you this now. I feel like helicopters control wonky in this game. I understand why it is. It's the fact that they try to make it realistic by having air thrusts. I'm not sure if that's the right term, but basically, it's kind of like if you're going abroad now with the planes. I was like, I'm not sure, can you get through this? Never mind. Never fucking mind. Oh, that was a horrible way to show the combat. I was going to show a bit of combat there, but no. Alright, so I think one of the things that bothers me about the helicopters is they've tried to make a list of having these different wind turbine. I don't know what the fuck you call it. It's just like basically when you go for the air, occasionally your helicopter goes a bit out of control, and just for a split second. And my problem is that yeah, it would be nice if say, and this is my biggest problem with the flying skill, is that I wish it would be like say if your flying skill is low, it would be like having a few seconds, whereas say if it was real high, it would be having at least up to like almost up to like say just a minute in that every thrust, so to speak. But no, the flying skill doesn't seem to really change much, not as far as I can tell. Maybe it does, but not nearly enough to be significantly noticeable. So yeah, overall, I'd say single player better, but not nearly as long. But I suppose there is the statistics to talk about as well, so I'll get into that now. Like I said, I didn't spend nearly as long in the single player as I have for multiplayer, at least not compared to G4, so I haven't really got time to really spend that much time with every character. And I mean, what I could say is that yeah, Michael's stamina shooting and flying is the best, Franklin's special stamina and Dragon's the best, whereas Trevor's stamina, shooting, strength and flying's the best. Yeah, like I said, you'll notice that everyone's really good at stamina and everyone's crap at lung capacity, but I think that's the thing though, is that I feel like some of these skills don't really matter in the long run. Like I talked about in GTA Online, I felt like there wasn't really much to do with skills. Not like with say G Santos, where the skills actually made a difference. And whether it be for gunplay, you know, how you drove vehicles, or how gunplay handled, you know, things like that. Yeah. Another thing I'm kind of disappointed about is the fact that, as far as I could tell, and they did remove some statistics, like, you know, how far you travelled, how long you played, and one thing that really pissed me off was what kind of vehicles you're driving the most. That annoyed me because I actually wanted to find out what vehicles I drove in the most. That would be nice. But I guess they just didn't feel like putting it in. And that, which is a shame because, you know, I would have looked forward to be able to do that, especially with the triple character system. That would have been really nice. Oh well. So, overall, in conclusion to this, well, it's a short documentary, how do I feel about this game? Well, if you want my honest opinion, I just don't think it's nearly as long as it could be. And the bank heist is a really good idea. I hope that the heist is as good as it is in single player as it's multiplayer. And generally, I'm hoping that GTA Online does get a new spice of life. And that's what I'm looking for. And that's really what I want to look for this game. But again, who knows? Who knows? So anyway, yeah, I'd say that overall the game, I like it, but not as much as GTA 4. I'll give that much. Alright, so I suppose I'll conclude it pretty soon and call it short after just showing the last of these statistics. Yeah. Alright, so I suppose I'll call it a day here. If I cover more of these it'll probably be in the PC, and that, looking over the pictures and that, just seeing, how they look, and that. So this won't necessarily be the end of GTA Online documentaries and that, but it'll be for the main game anyway. So yeah, I suppose I'll head off now. I'll be seeing you